Um, all right, let's see. So, live streaming now. So, welcome. So we're just going to get into a standing position. Welcome everyone on YouTube as well as on Zoom. Welcome to this YoQini session. I'm going to be doing some standing exercises, and we'll finish with either a sitting down or a lying down situation. All right. Okay, so yeah, we want to just be like in a comfortable standing position. You can hear me okay, right from here, this far away? Yeah, thank you. I'll get the charger ready as well. In fact, I might as well just plug that in now so that we're not interrupted. Okay. So yeah, we're just going to start by standing. And if you like, you can just rest the hands comfortably over the tummy. I really like to start every time I do some Qigong, every time I do some breath, body, mind exercises. I like to start here. It's a nice way to check into how we're feeling immediately speaking. So I'm just going to feel our hands on our tummy and just make sure you're relaxed as possible, like as possibly relaxed, as relaxed as you can be. So just checking in maybe with the jaw, with the shoulders, and anywhere else that we might be familiar with or even unfamiliar with in terms of tension and stress holding. But these areas in particular, forehead, temples, hinges of the jaw, and the shoulders, the neck as well. These areas are common places. And so we want to just invite a little bit of relaxation into those spaces if possible. You might find yourself starting to take some deep breaths by now, maybe if that feels like what's wanted and what's needed. And I am doing some gentle rocking, but I don't know why. It's just what's happening, really. There's no sense that that was going to be planned. It just wants to happen. If you want to stand still, though, and find more stillness, then that's what's happening too, right? It's all about intuitively finding what feels good. Sometimes the body wants a little bit more fluidity, wants to just kind of sway a little bit, or maybe it wants to be more still. Maybe the knees are softly bent as well. Just finding a bit more comfort and relaxation into all of these areas and pockets in the body. So just check in with how you're feeling, noticing how the body feels. We've got a 45-minute yoga session today, YoQini rather. I like to call it YoQini because it's kind of a blend of yoga asanas, yoga pranayamas, and qigong. Kind of a nice, soft, gentle, restorative blend for the whole body-mind system. So again, checking in, feel the breath here. Maybe see if you can breathe a little bit more from here as well as here, yeah? So we can maybe feel the belly button a little bit more rhythmic, a little bit more movement into the abdominals. And you might find you want to do a few sighs or a few blowing, blowing exhalations. Or maybe you want to breathe out through the nose. Again, these are all just various ways we can work with the breath and the body to find more comfort, more ease. more relaxation. If you are enjoying a sighing breath and you're not going to disrupt anyone, then I invite you to do it quite loud. We're going to go, ah. You can have a real good go at it. You can, again, from here, activate the diaphragm and the belly. Just have a good, long, loud sigh, if you like. Really let that breath express itself. Find the release right now in any tension or stress that really doesn't want to be held anymore. We need a little bit of cortisol, obviously. We need a little bit of stress and a little bit of tension to get the body to move and do its thing, right? But so often is the case that we just have too much. And so these kind of exhalations can really assist. Oh, softening. So let's relax. Keep on having a few more sighs if you like, if you're enjoying it. Nice. Really breathe that breath out, sort of utilizing the tool of the breath, as it were. All right. Maybe we can let the arms rest down now. And somehow or other, I just really want to go into this movement, which I was kind of already doing anyway. And it's called dog wags the tail. Yeah. So we are literally, literally wagging the tailbone, the coccyx. And that's where the movement starts from. We've got a nice little swaying motion here. And you'll find that you're just able to get a little bit of fluidity into the side body, the rib cage, the obliques, the hips, the waist, and maybe even up into the neck as well, and the shoulders. Feel into it, breathe, use the breath, sync up the breath with the movement, really relax into it, find that rhythm, that flow. Nice. And maybe we slow it down, or maybe we speed it up. Yeah. When you sync up the breath and the movement like this, you can really feel into some tissues that we're perhaps not used to feeling into. Yeah. All right. And maybe we can start to introduce some circular hip movements now, like we are in slow motion doing an invisible hula hoop. It's quite nice to rest our hands on our hips again, relaxed shoulders. Nice, nice, very nice. Yeah, let's keep that going. Just keep doing some nice circular motions with the hips. Again, notice how big these circles want to be. You might want to really go for it. Push the hips out, bring them in. Be very gentle if you've got any back issues, like particularly the lower back. Yeah, be really gentle. Again, is it slow? Is it quick? You might want to really press into different areas in the hips. This is quite nice. You can even like press your thumbs right into those points where the pelvis meets the spine. I'll just demonstrate that. You can like really press your thumbs, dig them in, especially as you come forwards. You can press the thumbs in, and like you're massaging these points in the sacrum. You might not be used to giving that area a little massage, maybe not to ourselves anyway. And if you haven't already, we can switch direction. like we're stirring the pot of the spinal cord. And imagine that the spinal cord is like a wooden spoon, and we are stirring the stew of chi or prana, making sure it's simmering and it's getting the circulation and the absorption. It's all blending together a little bit more harmonious. All right. Let's do a little forward fold, huh? So we're moving the spine again in different ways. You might notice that as we do, like the sessions I do, I'm often focusing on the spinal cord, as well as other places in the body, of course, but nice to work with the spine. So we're going to do a forward fold now. So you can just kind of like lean forwards and go into it. I'm going to invite you to find your own way to do that. But I can demonstrate. You can roll down, or you can reach up first and then fold down. And you're going to let your head, the crown of your head, face the earth. Yeah, we're going to work our way there. Knees as softly as you want. Yeah, knees as bent as you need them to be. We haven't done any sun salutations, so do be careful with your hamstrings, your calves, and especially your lower back. Nice long forward fold. Just stay there. Keep it hanging down. That's it. Breathe into the back. If you're able to put your hands on your toes or your feet, or maybe rest them by the sides on the floor. You might even like to do a ragdoll pose, which is where you hold the elbows, and that kind of lets the weight come down. It's called ragdoll, where you just hold each elbow. That's a nice variation. Head down, wherever the hands are. Feel the back of the body. Okay. And then when you're ready, very slowly, incrementally, vertebrae by vertebrae, slowly coming up. Chin tucked into chest all the way up. From the base of the spine, you might want to rest your hands on the back here. Knees softly bent. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Soft roll up. Feel the blood flow change direction. Have a glass of water if you feel a bit lightheaded. And then chin extends. Wave. Wave. Wave through the spine. You can rest your hands on your back or your hips, or even on your legs. Notice, I don't want to take my Christmas jumper off because it's festive, but it's a little bit baggy, so you might not be able to see quite exactly what my spine is doing right now. But I'm kind of like really kind of making like a snaky wave motion, yeah? From the base all the way up to the cervical, and then leaning. So you're just doing this really nice S kind of movement. Again, hands on the back, the hips, the waist, or the upper legs. Very nice, very nice. So healthy and wholesome for the whole torso, right? Really nice. Keep that going. If you haven't already, you might like to sync the breath up with the movement. When we come up, we inhale. And when we come down, we exhale. Again, breath out through the mouth or the nose, up to you. Ah. Start to slow it down. Maybe isolating it now into little micro muscles and joints. Eyes are open or closed. And we find ourselves eventually back to center. Just have a little wiggle, have a little shake. Shake out any knots of tension there. Shake through the arms. Shake through the legs a bit. Nice job, everyone. Let's have a little shake, yeah. Shake through the arms and the legs. We're going to shake out the 5 pumps of the body. That is if we have 5 pumps. 2 legs, 2 arms, 1 spine. That's it. Have a good shake. Shake through the head and the neck, as long as you don't feel too dazed. Let's have a little shake through the neck and the shoulders, the arms, the elbows and the wrists. Shake through the hips, the knees, the ankles. Use that breath again. Let it sigh, let it blow, let it pulse. Play. It's a shaking play. A playful shake. Stress, like just de-stressing body. That's it. That's it. And you might like to sort of shake off one at a time. You might find the leg that wants to have a little bit of a shake off as well. Oh, like I've been carrying around stagnant little stuff here and there. You can just wring it out and jingle it out. Nice. All right. Let's just have a sense into the hands right now. Let's feel the energy in the palms, in the hands. But just notice if there's any tingling going on, any buzzing going on, any pulsation or vibration. Arms resting by the sides of the body, maybe. Just having a sense into the hands. Feel the chi. Feel the chi in the palms. Just keep sensing into that. All right. Let's do one more. Let's do one more activation. We're going to do some tapping again. Tapping is really nice for waking up the body. It's an excellent tool for energizing and getting energy to just, yeah, circulate. So we're going to start here. We're going to start on the side body. Again, you know, depending on what your energy feels like right now, you can do it really slow or you can do it really fast. You can do it quite hard or gentle. If you really didn't feel like it, you could just do brush strokes instead. That's another option. Wherever you are, however you're feeling, let's just get some of that energy circulating and a bit energized. Notice how hard your body wants this sensation right now. On different days and different times of day, we might be feeling like we want it more firm or something. Just for science. If you are a YoQini or a Yochi kind of person who does a lot of these kinds of things, You'll be quite familiar with the sensation, the kinesthetic sensory input, and you might also have built up a little bit of resilience in the energy body, which means you can tap harder. This is when the body builds up a kind of energetic resilience, as it were. This is what it's about. And then you find that you can tap a bit more firmly. But you don't want to bruise yourself, obviously. You don't want to be tapping harder than is comfortable. Let's go to the chest. Excellent for de-stressing here. Nice, very nice. Tapping on the chest, getting the breastbone, the sternum a little bit open. Good for clearing the airways as well. And the upper back. Oh, my hair's in the way, everyone. I'm going to tap on the upper back. Our vagus nerve. We're tapping into our vagus nerve. And then the shoulder. Yeah. You have long hair. Sometimes you just have to get that out of the way. Tapping on our shoulder. And then coming down the outside of the arm. Down the outside. That's it. All the way to the hand. And then cut. All right. Bring ourselves a good clap. Good round of applause. Well done for showing up today. And then inside, all the way back to the shoulder. And then switch shoulders. Nice. Down the outside. That's it. Give those arms a good firm tapping, helping the meridian pathways to open up and circulate a little bit more vital. Another round of applause. Well done, everyone. And inside. All right. Very nice. Inside and back. And then let's tap on the tummy. Now, again, if you've recently eaten here, be extremely gentle. If you have digestive problems, again, it goes without saying, but I say it anyway, be extremely gentle with yourself. But if you don't have digestive problems, or you don't feel overly sensitive to this can be really good for our internal organs, which work so hard all the time, really, every day. Yeah. Let's come down the legs. We're going to come down the outside or the back of the legs. Yeah, it's your call. You can do the outside or the back. I prefer the back because I think that's more tapping into the meridian pathways to some extent. Although they do come up the sides as well. It's nice to tap on the flesh. And then the side of the ankles, the top of the feet, and inside. Or on the front. Back to upper legs, and last spot is the lower back. Tapping on our kidneys, our adrenals, and let's go again, one more time. We'll do it a bit quicker the second time because we're probably a bit more familiar with it. Side body, obliques, rib cage, other side. That's it. Well done, everyone. Up the chest. Ooh, nice. Back. That's it. Give yourself a good pat on the back. Well done. And shoulder. And all the way down the outside of the arm. Down to the wrist of the hand, and then you flip that hand over and hand it back. And inside. All the way back up. When you get familiar with this routine, you can do it yourself to your favorite music. That's right. You can listen to some rock music or some dance music. get your favorite vibes on, have a good tap and a good shake. It's excellent. Whenever we're feeling a bit stagnant or a little bit sorry for ourselves or sort of struggling to be motivated or move around, move the body, this is really excellent for kind of getting that energy to circulate again. All right, back to the shoulder and then the tummy. One more time. Again, if you don't want to tap the tummy here, you can always rub it instead. One last time for the leggies. I'm going to come down the outside of the legs. Nice opportunity to do a forward fold as well, of course. And back up to the insides, the upper legs. And finally, lower back. Lower back, the lumbar vertebrae, the sacrum, maybe even the tailbone. And also a little bit higher where the kidneys are. All right, so we can relax again and just notice how much work your arms and your hands just did there. So either you want to let them really rest down, flop down, or maybe you want to shake them out. You can shake them out or you can just leave them hanging. Check in with how you're feeling right now. We've done quite a lot of exercises already in such a short amount of time. Different things are going on in the system, in the body-mind system. I'm just taking a micro moment to sense how we feel again. What might have changed in your perception? Have a breath or two, or three. Can be kind and generous to yourself. Exhale, feel the breath. Nice. All right. Relax the face here. We're moving more and more into a yin orientated way of moving the body now. Chi ball. We're going to hold a ball of energy. If you're visually inclined, you can imagine holding a crystal ball or a bright blue, dazzling ball of light, or maybe it's purple, maybe it's red, who knows, whatever color comes to mind. There's no right or wrong answer, obviously. Whatever your favorite color is, or whatever the mood seems to be today. Play with that ball and can imagine the ball is like expanding and relaxing. Feel the energy in the palms right now. Kinesthetic sensations by now will probably be quite enlivened and maybe a bit more vibrant than we're used to. Feel the sensations in the palms and in the fingertips. And just notice what's going on with the hands in their movement. Is the expression finding quite a big gesture here, or is it quite small? There's obviously no right or wrong answer there. And sometimes it just kind of gives us a sense as to what's going on for the whole psychophysical organism. But sometimes you just want to keep it quite small and contained. Sometimes you want to really open it up and expand. There's no right or wrong answer. Now here, we can start to sync the breath up with the movement again, unless you already are doing that. I'm going to invite us to breathe in, and our hands are going to grow further apart. And as we exhale, the hands are going to get closer together. But again, that doesn't mean that you have to open it up really, really wide and expansive. You might just want to keep it quite small. Really, there's no right or wrong way. But as you breathe in, you might just find those hands growing gently or quite far wide apart. And as you exhale, like electromagnetism, harmoniously. Hands get a bit closer together. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, hands go a little bit further out. Exhale, hands get a little bit closer together. Relax the shoulders. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, and everyone's breathing pattern is slightly different. So just keep it going. But I am going to invite, for those who are comfortable to join me. Carry on. Just carry that on. And we're going to start to sync it up together. So on your next exhale, just bring it all back to the center. And then we're going to count together, all right? So we're going to inhale together for 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling gently, 2, 3, 4. Exhale gently. Emphasis on the gentleness. 3, 4. Inhale gently in. 2, 3, 4. Gently out. 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. 3 more like this. Inhale. 3, 4. Exhale gently. So gentle. Gently. Gently out. 3, 4. One more time. Gently, super soft. Like you're really savoring the scent of a delicate rose. Exhale. Okay. And then inhale up. Inhale up, very slow. As far as you want to go. Don't have to stretch. And exhale slowly back down. Right. Nice. Okay. Inhale. Imagine that you're gathering energy from the earth, from the roots, traveling up the midline. Exhale, slowly bring it down. If I'm going too slow for anyone, you can obviously find your own rhythm. That's totally fine. So if you feel uncomfortable with this pace right now, please find your own. You don't have to force the breath here. Inhale. All we're doing is really gently slowing the breath down to a pace in which is comfortable and relaxing. And exhale gently down. Nice. Now let's keep this going. And we are going to introduce a forward fold as we do this in a moment, which turns this nice, gentle, simple Qigong exercise into the sky and earth, all right? Be careful with your knees and your back. On the next one, if you're ready for it, we'll bring the energy up, open the palms out wide like you're opening up to the sky, the universe. Exhale, bring the energy down, this time folding and hinging from the hips, if you're comfortable to do so. Open the hands down to the earth. Inhale, slowly, gently gathering energy up from the earth, up the midline. Open it up to the sky. Gentle breath. Exhale, gentle breath down. Find your own pace if you need to, or just copy me. Again, find the way the body wants to move right now. Inhale, Gently up. Be careful with your lower back here. You might want to bend back, but only if you don't have sciatica or any other lower back problems. Otherwise, keep it nice and aligned, long, not straight, but long. Exhale. The sky and earth and the body in between. Breath in as we come up. Breath out as we come down. One more time in both directions. Exhale, lovely long exhale. Nice. Now bringing it back to the center. Feel the energy, really yin now, very yin. Okay, all of energy here. Okay, and then we're going to imagine that we just accumulated some warm, bright, dazzling chi in our palms, and we're going to wash it down the body with this one called pulling down the heavens. Breathe in and we create a lovely big circle. Inhale slowly and gently. Exhale down the midline, palms facing the body on the way down. Again. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Gently in. 3, 4. Gently out. 2, 3, 4. Gently in. This time we come down with a little hum. One. Again, gently. 2, 3, 4. Feel the vibration moving down the central nervous system. One more time. 2, 3, 4. Take that beautiful bright ball of energy, whatever color it is, shining brightly now. Take that energy, place it into the lower dantian, the lower energy center of the body. Rest it there for a few moments. Check in with how you're feeling. Just having a sense of energetically how you are, as well as emotionally. Just a breath or two, and then we're going to come down to where we're going to sit down or lie down. So however you want to be situated, you're going to get into a comfortable seat or lying down position. Yeah. So just take a moment to get ready. We're either going to sit down or lie down. If you're feeling like you want to really go yin oriented, you might get into the full shavasana, the full works. Everything you need. You might get an eye pillow. You might get a blanket. You might get pillows behind your head if you're going for the whole thing. Just getting ready, but you keep carrying on. Just get really comfortable as possible. All right. So just settling in. We've got a few minutes now together to really rest and digest. And when I say rest and digest, I really literally mean rest and digest. The digestive system is obviously very crucial for the health and well-being of the whole organism. And resting is crucial to that. So rest and digest. They are synonymous in this way. When we relax the body and the body relaxes. Moving from a mode of doing to simply being. Energies in the body, the way the body is situated and positioned, whether it's lying down or sitting down. Just allowing for ease. And you can follow these words as closely or as loosely as you like. They are not really instructions, rather just open invitations for more rest and digest, more relaxation and ease throughout the whole body system. Nothing to do and nothing to be done. No work to be getting on with, nothing required. The body is simply relaxing as it is, naturally. Effortlessly, bodying, sensation and vibration. Effortlessly relaxing deeper and deeper. Maybe the breath is becoming a little bit more shallow, a little bit more rhythmic. A little bit more easy, open. And maybe little pockets of tension here and there. Just softening, opening. And imagine now that any pent-up energy quite active and alive in the body, just softening, like all of the activity that seems to go on for the body, the amount of functions and the things it's carrying around with it. Maybe just imagine that all of that stuff could just really slow down and soften. Whether it's in a seated position, kneeling position, lying down position. It's like all of this airy energy wildly circulating and permeating, just settling down. Settling right down. No pressure, no rush, no stress, just ease. Then, as and when we're ready, just going to invite a harmonious little breath into the chest, maybe even the abdomen. If you're super relaxed right now, you might not want to force that too deeply. We're going to start to reintroduce movement into the body, and we can begin that with a bit of a deeper breath than usual. And maybe starting to deepen that breath. Feel the inhale filling up a little bit more. And maybe on the exhale, it's a sigh, a yawn, or a blow. And that's going to introduce the body back into the room, into the immediate environment. The eyes are going to start to open as and when they're ready. Maybe not blinding themselves too much in the light in which they are situated around. Arms and legs are going to start to move a bit. Waking up slowly, slowly, gently, gradually. And then if you're not ready, come into a seated position, taking time. No rush. Bringing our YoQini blend and relaxation to an end. I'm going to finalize all of this with one last mudra. The Namaste mudra. Little Sloth is doing it as well, of course. Namaste mudra is the balancing of the left and the right hemisphere of the body and all of the pressure points in the fingertips and the thumbs. So it's not some, it's not just some spiritual woo-woo thing. It's actually stimulating pressure points, reflex points, bringing the left and the right hemisphere of the body and the brain into the center, into harmony and balance. Thank you so much, everyone. Much love. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining me on YouTube and Zoom. So appreciate doing this with you. It's so much fun and it's really nice to share these exercises again. I will do another one next week, despite it being Christmas week. That'll be updated on the website soon enough. And thanks so much everyone who's able and willing to support this to carry on. And maybe we'll start to get more interest, pique more interest, see what happens. And in the meantime, yeah, have a beautiful, beautiful Christmas, and everything in between. Oh, let's do a Christmassy one, huh? Let's do a Christmassy one. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.